Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have studied about event classes. In event classes we have seen what is an event class. So event classes represents events in event handling programming language like Java. At the top of the event class hierarchy in Java, we have a class with the name event object, which is in the package java.util. That is the super class of all the event classes in Java. We have one more class called as AWT event, which is a subclass of event object class. AWT event class, it is present in a package java.awt. There are many AWT based events which are part of this AWT event class, which are the subclasses of this AWT event class. AWT based events are in the package java.awt.event package. These events are action event, adjustment event, component event, container, focus, input, item event, which we have discussed in brief in the last session. In today's session, some of those events we will discuss in detail. So let's start. Okay, before discussing the event, let us see the diagram which explains the hierarchy of events. As we know, at the top of the event class hierarchy, we have a class with the name event object. So this is the super class of all the event classes, and this is present in a package java.util package. Again, all the Java classes are the subclasses of class object. So object is the super class of all Java classes. Okay, but this event object, it is a super class of all the event classes. There is a subclass of event object class, the AWT event, and there are also some subclasses of AWT event class. All these are AWT events, that is action event, adjustment event, component, item, text event. These are the subclasses of AWT event class. There are also some subclasses of component event class, like we have container event, focus event, input and window event. These are the subclasses of component event class. And we have also some subclasses of input event like key event and mouse event. So this is the hierarchy of classes, event classes in Java. Some of these event classes we will discuss today, starting with the first one, that is action event class. As we know, action event is generated when a button is pressed, a list item is double clicked, or menu item is selected. So on a GUI, suppose this is my window, GUI window, or you can consider as an applet. On the applet, suppose if I have a button like this, okay, with some text on it, say the text is click, the text is click. Whenever a user clicks on this button, it generates an action event, and the object of this action event class is created automatically. All this happens automatically. The developer or the programmer has nothing to do with that. So whenever you click on a button, an action event is generated. Even the action event is generated when we double click on the list of items. If you have a list box with some list of item, and when you double click on any of this item, again the action event is generated or action event is created. It is created when we click on a menu, like if you have a menu like file menu, file and edit and other menus. Whenever we select a menu item, the action event is generated. The action event class contains some integer constants. As we know, a class is a collection of fields and methods. So action event class contains some integer constants. These constants are alt mask, control mask, meta mask and shift mask. These are some constant variables which are present in action event class and which can be used to identify any modifiers associated with the action event. If there are any modifiers associated with the action event, those can be accessed or identified by using these constant variable alt mask, control mask, meta mask and shift mask. These values are set whenever we press a control key or a alt key or a shift key on the keyboard while clicking on the button or a list or a menu item. In addition, there is one more integer constant, that is action performed. This action performed can be used to identify action events. So this constant specifies, or it says that an action event has, some meaningful event has occurred. There are three important constructors of this action event class. The constructors are, the first one is action event, which takes three arguments, that is source, type and command. So source, here it is the object which has generated the action event. The type is type of event, whereas the command string associated with the action event, that is the third argument. We have two more constructors. The second constructor is almost same as the first one. It includes one more parameter, that is modifiers. As we have seen modifiers in the last case, on the last slide. So this constructor takes even the modifiers as arguments. If you are holding any key like Control Alt, that information is also sent to the constructor. Then we have a constructor which takes source, type, command and one more argument, that is argument when that particular event has occurred. That is time of an event can also be sent to the constructor while creating an object of action event by using the third constructor. Again, even this takes modifiers as one more argument. Okay, the same here. Source, it refers to the object that generates event, type specified by the type and command string, that is CMD. Modifiers, like I said, alter, control, meta, shift were pressed when the event was generated, and when parameter specifies the event when the event has occurred, that is the time of event. We also have some methods in the action event class which can be helpful to get some information. So the method, the first method is get action command method. To obtain the command name for the invoking action event object, we can use get action command. The syntax is here, string get action command. For example, when we click a button, an action event is generated that has a command name that is equals to the label on that button. So if you have a button like this, say there is some text on the button, say XYZ. Whenever a user clicks on a button, action event is generated, and the command name is always equals to the text or the label on the button. So on the button we have a label that is XYZ. So that information is stored as command text or command information, and we can retrieve this information by using get action command. Then we have a method get modifiers. This returns a value that indicates which modifier keys were pressed when the event was generated. Its syntax is int of get modifiers. As I have said, while clicking on a button we can press a control key or a alt key or a shift key on the keyboard, and after the event has occurred, if we want to know which key was pressed, we can get information about that by using a method get modifiers. This will give us the information that which key was pressed when the action event has occurred. So even that information we can get by using get modifiers. Okay, this is about the action event class. We have the other class, that is adjustment event class. So an adjustment event is generated by a scroll bar. Now you might be knowing about a scroll bar. Today many application uses scroll bars. Scroll bars are located at the right hand side of a window or at the bottom. Scroll bars look something like this. Okay. So this is you can say a vertical scroll bar. Okay, it looks something like this, and scroll bar also has a slider which we can slide up and down. So even you can click on the top arrow and on the bottom arrow. Scroll bars are used to scroll the pages up and down. We can scroll the pages by clicking on the top edge or the bottom edge to scroll up and down. Even we can use a slider to scroll the pages. So this is a scroll bar, and whenever you scroll a scroll bar or whenever you click anywhere on the scroll bar, the event which is generated, it is adjustment event. You may have a vertical scroll bar, you may also have a horizontal scroll bar which looks something like this. Okay, so it may be horizontal or it may be vertical scroll bar. So you can click on the arrows at the coordinates, and or you can click anywhere on the scroll bar also. So that will generate an adjustment event. The adjustment event class defines integer constants that can be used to identify them. So it has some constants as well. So these constants are block decrement, block increment. Block decrement, the user click inside the scroll bar to decrease its value. Then the block decrement constant is set, or some value is set in the block decrement when user clicks inside the scroll bar. So inside the scroll bar in the sense this part of the scroll bar. When user clicks this part of the scroll bar, then it will set block decrement or block increment. Okay. Then we have track. The slider was dragged. You can see this is a slider. This is a slider. When we drag it up or drag it down, then the track variable or track constant is set. Then unit decrement, unit increment, these are set when we click on the arrows at the top or at the bottom. So whenever you click on the arrows, then it will set the constants unit decrement and unit increment. In addition, there is one more integer constant, that is adjustment value changed, and this indicates that a change has occurred. This value is set whenever some change has occurred. That indicates that there is some change in the value. The constructor of adjustment event takes arguments, that is SRC, ID, type and the data, where SRC, as in the last case, action event case, it is the source, it is a reference to the object that generated this event. ID, it is equals to the adjustment value changed. There is a constant with a name adjustment value change, that is equals to the ID, and the type of event is specified by the type, and its associated data is data. The type can be block increment, block decrement, or it can be track or unit increment, unit decrement. Whereas data is the data. When we increment, block increment or block decrement the scroll bars, the value of that increment or decrement or unit increment or decrement, that value is associated with this data variable. Okay. There are some methods in the adjustment event class as well. So the method getAdjustable method, this returns the object that generated the event. If you want to know which object generated the adjustment event, you can get information about that by using getAdjustable. This will give us the adjustable object that generates the event. Then we have the type of adjustment event that can be obtained by using getAdjustmentType method, and the signature is this getAdjustmentType. Type of adjustment event, it will return in the form of integer. The amount of adjustment can be obtained by using a method getValue. The syntax is int of getValue. This will give us the amount of adjustment when we are incrementing or when we are clicking on the scroll bar. The amount of the value which it increments or decrements, that value we can obtain by using getValue method. So these are some important methods of the adjustment event class. Okay, this is about the action event class and adjustment event class. With this we will stop here today. We will continue with the other classes in the next session. Thank you.